Okay, here we go. Let's see what we're going to talk about tonight. Actually, we're going to talk about tonight. That's what we're going to talk about. The fear and the fear and the fear. Fear of this, fear of that, fear of a shaky camera. Do you have that fear? I didn't really have that fear till right now, so I just want to... Oh my gosh. That's funny. Okay, so here we are, and it is Mediumship Monday, and I want to talk about a couple of things. The first thing I want to talk about is, I don't know what I do want to talk about fear. Happy Mediumship Monday, y'all. So everybody who, I think it was about a month ago now that I said I was going to do a, I had signed people up to, I think like 10 or 12 people to do a, I was to do a, oh, I don't know. I think an online group reading. That's what I was going to do. An online group reading. I found the list. I cleaned something and I found the list. So that's coming. So if you were one of those people who, yeah, okay. Too bad. So if you were one of the people that signed up on that, I found the list. I'll be getting a hold of you within this next week, and then we're going to go from there, okay? So everybody, hi on YouTube. It's good to see you, everybody that's out there. So what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about fear. I was doing a group reading at Earth's Elements in Saline. It's a metaphysical shop. I strongly suggest you take it, if you're in the area, that you go mosey on over there and take a look at it. It's a pretty good place. They do some good stuff. No, I didn't almost swear there, but it did kind of sound like that. Hi, Janie. It's good to see you. You're like Janny with an E. Can I call you Janny with an E? So I probably have said that before. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about with fear. First, when I was at Earth Elements, and then I was doing this group, I was sort of walking around, and there was a couple of times that fear had come up as an idea of a construct that some idea that we have to be afraid of these things. So we mass collectively decide over and over again to be afraid of something. And it's funny because I have this new book. Oh, thanks, Shelly. You're so sweet. I have this new book, and it's by Reverend Jack Groverland, who is a Unity preacher in Boulder, who's amazing. Anyway, it's called The Ego Wars. We really fear, and we really kind of believe things that are put upon us. Now, usually it's because of our own good, right? So I want to talk about the coronavirus a little bit. Yeah, I said that. So I was on whatever, like Yahoo, blah, 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 Google, whatever slides. And they were talking about, the coronavirus, and everybody's talking about the coronavirus and all these outbreaks. And, it's in Turkey, it's in Iran, it's in the US, it's in Michigan, it's this person and this quarantine. They're supposed to be self-quarantined, and they're not doing this, and they're not doing this. What I found really, really interesting is just so everybody in China. I don't know if you've seen these at all, but China is kind of like just gone quiet. Nobody's leaving their house. Everybody's inside. Everybody's really worried. So I was thinking, and I'm still thinking it, it's a really good time to visit China because nobody's outside. You could go walk the Great Wall by yourself and absolutely have nobody around because there's nobody around. Go see all of be the whole touristy kind of thing. But anyway, it's the fear that if this happens, then something is going to happen bad to me. If this happens, something's bad going to happen to me. So I have to live this smaller place. in this book, Ego Wars, that Jack Roveland wrote, he talks about these hornets that live their whole life in between these two panes in the window, and they just live and die there, and they never at all believe that they can go free. They don't believe in this freedom, that they could actually fly, because they've been walking all the time. They didn't believe they could fly. So then his sort of like main character is Ryle. It's kind of like it, that as a main character, Ryle, like riling everybody up. And Ryle like makes all these proclamations that you can fly, and there's a freedom, and there's a whole sky out there you can touch. All you got to do is put the effort in to running up against that fear wall of what you've been told your whole life, that you can't do these things, that you can't move forward, that you can't see that we're connected, that you are only supposed to care about yourself, that you should be afraid of somebody else if they're believe different than you, or you should be afraid of somebody else if their skin color is different. Do you hear him going? Do you hear him saying? All of these social constructs of fear that we build up and live in this small, itty-bitty window. Okay, so what if it wasn't like that? So I'm going to urge you to start thinking maybe where you're living in your window, where you're living in fear, where you're trying to find this space of only living this big so that nothing else can happen, nothing bad can happen. I had this epiphany the other day. I mean, granted, epiphanies come and go, right? Sometimes you can really hold on to them. Sometimes they're like, you hold on to them and they become a part of your fabric, of your core, of who you are. And sometimes they're fleeting, and you can't grab them. You can't hold on to them long enough, but they're like smoke in the air as you try and like pull it back. So I just lost what I was thinking about. So whenever I lose like whatever I'm thinking about, that means there's somebody who's passed of Alzheimer's around me. So we'll just go into a couple readings. I'm going to say this before we go into the reading. So we're going to start with this lady who has Alzheimer's, or had Alzheimer's or dementia prior to her passing. I also have a B name with me. Almost feels like Betty has been around me. She feels like somebody I know. But okay. So before I do that, I'm going to say, I'll be in Sal's the first or the second week in March. If you're trying to get a hold of me to set up an appointment, I want you to just know that I'm doing the best I can. I have like a really incredibly busy life. Like what am I slopping down? 70, 75 hours a week. So understand, like I'm doing a ton of work. Hi Riley, come on, say hi to everybody. Come say hi. Did you say hi, Riley? You see the baby? The baby. So there's Riley, everybody. He's coming to say hi. So if you, my Riley, hey Riley, Cheryl's on here. What do you think? She's right there. She's not. He's looking for you, Cheryl. He's looking for you. Come on, baby, sweet boy. So I'll be at Sal's in the couple of weeks. I will also be doing I'm going to announce it also. Well, I'm going to be announcing, so March 28th is a Saturday, and I'm going to be doing the the Enlightened Soul Expo is going to be at the Saline Middle School this year. And if you go to the expo and you get there's an admission ticket, you walk into the door and that is your admission into the group reading. And there's like a bunch of group readings that day. So come to all of them. I mean, so clear your schedule on Saturday. I'm the last one. I'm going to do 4:30, and it's not any extra. So it's, understand, let me make sure I say this. There is no extra. Did you just steal that picture of Riley? That's okay. You're not going to ruin it. The place fits 800 people. So if you can make it, definitely do it, and clear your date, because there's some Lisa Busan's going to be there. I think she's on at 1:30, that would be fantastic. So it's definitely worth it. You know, you get your money. So your money's worth, right, Rue? Okay. So I need to, this is my puppy. What? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe I have 70 messages on my.
Oh my goodness.
70 text messages, people. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. Like, I'm pretty. I need my unpaid assistant to step up here, although she's busy too, so it's not going to happen. So I will be at the Enlightened Soul Expo on the 28th at 4:30 doing a group reading. That auditorium fits 800 people. How cool would it be if it was 800 people? That's like literally, I think I said I wanted to do a group reading to 500 people by the end of the year. And if I could knock that out at the beginning of the year, what can I do by the end of it? Annette, it's going to be at the Soul Expo. The Enlightened Soul Expo is going to be March 28th at Saline Middle School. It'll be a big metaphysical fair. There'll be lots of stuff. There'll be Reiki. There'll be crystals. There'll be tchotchkes. There'll be lotions. There'll be oils. There'll be a bunch of stuff. So definitely try it. I am moving forward with my retreat, which I want to make sure that I say. I also want to make sure that you know that that will be happening. Although I'm working on the dates still and the curriculum, but the curriculum will be fluid. So whoever shows up, I will adjust whatever the curriculum is to do that. I know, Beth. What do you think about that? 800 people? I need to see you, Camille. And all these other people saying, and Amy, hi, how are you? Okay. Tina would love to see you and maybe hear some. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we need to talk about, I have a female coming forward with Alzheimer's or dementia. So I want to, I also have another, I don't think it's the same person because it feels like a grandmother energy coming through with a B name. And when it shows up to me, it shows me like a Betty. So there's a couple, and there's a Bet. It's like, it could be the last name too, almost like Bet, B-E-T-T-E. So I don't really understand what I'm seeing here. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And one of the things that when I'm here, I get so many people after these saying I didn't say anything, and I think that was for me. And so just know that if this is ringing a bell for you, I really want you to. I don't know who Bud Tracy Allen is. Billy. So, okay, I need to talk about, hang on one second. Billy. It could be a Billy because it is ending with an E at the end. I want to talk about, so this is a female, feels like there's an Alzheimer's connection to her. She's making me feel like this was, it's interesting because she's making me feel like this was not something that it happened. I know that Alzheimer's usually has this like long time. It's making me feel it happened sooner. I feel like I got sick on multiple things, showing me her chest, showing me her throat, showing me multiple issues in her passing. So it wasn't just we were battling Alzheimer's. Like there were so many things that that kept going. So I just I want to bring her in. So like she's coming forward as this grandmotherly energy as well. I need to talk about, there's another grandmother. Feels like she's passed of an old age when I'm here. She was older lady. This is a different grandmother. Okay, that is a different grandmother. She's like, when I'm here, she makes me feel like I didn't passive Alzheimer's, what I was just saying. I passive something else, but she's making me feel I did make it a long time in this life, really rather healthy. And she's coming forward just to make sure that that her people know that she's okay, and that she's so I feel like she's showing me, she's making me sign sunset. So I want to say she's been watching you watch the sunset. So I don't know if this is something that you have been doing outside of something normal. And I also feel like there is she's thanking you. What are you thinking? She's showing me a couple of things. I think is it Bet or Betty? Betty with an E? Okay, I like that one. She just showed me. I gotta I'm just gonna call you Ms. Mead. Dorina? So is she so when I'm seeing her with short, like white hair and short. I'm not seeing her very, very tall. Do you understand that? And now you get to hear me sing. And so wait, I think YouTube like never has to wait for anything, right? You guys just get it automatically. You guys are not on a time thing. There, let me get. There we go. That's better. Look at that little swirl there. I kind of like it. I think I'm just gonna keep it. I'm waiting for an answer, but it's not coming. So. Okay, so I just want you to know, like, what I love about this in group readings is that it can hit multiple people just like it would if you were in the room with me. So we have a Bet, I think it's a Betty with an E, a Betty with a Y, we have a Billy with an E. So we have a lot of different, so understand they kind of get together and they know that I don't have a lot of time tonight. So they're going to do a lot more bang for their buck. And a Becky. Okay, so I kind of want to leave it at that. And I also want to say, kind of going full circle back to where we were, back to the very beginning that what we were talking about is try and begin to look in your life at where you're living in a very small box, being afraid of things that maybe you don't really need to be afraid of. That maybe they're just, maybe it's a propaganda fear. Maybe it's fear so that you don't ever know how like truly great you are. You don't connect into the spirit side of you. There's that fear that when you do, because when you become empowered and love and turn on that light within yourself, there's no way that you can hurt anybody around you. And that's like, there's no way you could even fear anybody around you. So, oh, and I have to announce this. Oh my gosh. So if you're on Facebook, I would suggest finding your way over to YouTube, because I'm going to start, like, I have a Jennifer Gartner, I hope I'm saying that right, Jennifer. I don't think you're on here. Are you? So Jennifer Gartner is doing, she's like my videographer. She's my go-to lady. She wants to make me into I don't know what she's going to make me into. I'm just going to say yes to whatever she says. So I'm going to start putting on YouTube clips of readings that I've done, so you can see how readings go. They're going to be group readings. If people let me do individual readings, then I'll do that as well. So just know that, just be on the lookout for that, because it's going to be so much fun. So see light, be light. I will see you at Sal's in a couple of weeks. I will call them tonight probably and figure that out. And if you have questions or you're trying to set up a group or an individual, I can't PM you. You have to PM me. There's no way I can keep track of this. So definitely don't give up. I'm going to I'm trying to adjust my schedule so that I can make sure that I'm giving everybody who's wanting sessions time. So thank you so much for tuning in. I always greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a great week. Work on the energy of yourself. Work on the energy of seeing others. And that's it. Till next week. Ciao. Bye. Hopefully I don't get sick. There's no coronavirus for me, yo. At least I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of yet. All right. Ciao. Bye.